Hiya! So, the theme that we were given for this next video was Halloween snacks. I thought, let's do a little word association. Halloween snacks, spoopy food. Let's turn not so spooky foods into spoopy foods. I went into Photoshop and did some fun little redesigns of some foods we all know and love. All right, let's get into this. So first we started off with some marshmallows. So obviously marshmallows are white, therefore I turned them into little spooky ghosts. Kind of reminds me of Charlie Brown and his like really bad ghost costume. There you go, made a nice little spooky ghost there. Made the mouth a little bit more of an O, so that way you can go boo. That's yeah, boo. And I made a little kawaii ghosty with some little blushies because yeah, he's not a bad guy. So there we go. And see, I felt like that the drawing was not spooky enough. So how about we have our kawaii ghosty be a little bit of a murderer? So he murdered this other marshmallow over here. It looks like he kind of scared him to death. Yeah, kind of just boo, you killed me, and he's not really dead. But then I thought like, ooh, let's make this a little more tragic. Let's have the marshmallow's wife over here reacting to the dead body of her husband that the ghost killed. So yeah, there she is crying, and I thought that we can make this a little more spooky and violent. So I gave the ghost marshmallow. Yeah, I gave him the ghost marshmallow like a little knife, just covered in blood, and to really show you that yeah, he absolutely murdered this dude. Yeah, it's really not a ghost, it's actually a serial murderer who dresses as a ghost. And just for a little added dramatics, I had the wife say, spare my children, please. you know, just for added realism, and there we go. That's the idea of this video. Just exactly what you expected, right? Just absolutely. For this next one, I decided that what's not a spooky food? Vegetables. Vegetables aren't spooky. What's a very unspooky vegetable? Asparagus. Asparagus is not a spooky vegetable. It's very wholesome. It's very good for you. They put it in like really fancy restaurants. So how can I make asparagus spooky? Okay, so I was trying to isolate the asparaguses, the asparagi. And bump down the contrast a little bit and the brightness to make it a little more spooky. So yeah, let's there we go. Okay, so I got like my spooky background, and then I decided I'm gonna make an asparagus forest because forests are super spooky. And you know what else is a really spooky, iconic character? Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands. Very spooky character. Edward Scissorhands. So Edward Scissorhands is in the asparagus forest, and the reason he's in the asparagus forest is because instead of being Edward Scissorhands, he is now Edward Asparagus Hands. I'm so funny. and there's the final product. There's the final product. Edward Asparagus Hands. I love him. I very spooky though. Very spooky. He's gonna imagine a dude just like walking up to you with asparagus for hands. Like that's really scary. Cause it's like, man, how did that even happen? Do you like eating asparagus, or is it like cannibalism to you? Like, so many questions are raised. Next food. We're gonna move on from vegetables. We're gonna go right into fruit and an autumnal. Blah, blah. That was a barf. We have the apple. We have the apple. You see these a lot in the autumn, but you don't really think of them as a very spooky food. So we're gonna spookify it. We're gonna give this apple a story. This is gonna be similar to the marshmallow, where there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be some stuff going on. Okay, so what do we do in the fall with apples? We bob for them. We bob for apples inside like a giant tub. We have a bunch of apples like floating around. Me personally, I never did it. I just always saw it on like cartoons and stuff. I always wanted to do it. I'm assuming someone out there does it. If you have bob for apples before, tell me, because like I like to think it's a real thing. I'd be really sad if like literally no one's ever done it. So yeah, so this apple is in a little, he's in a little tub. People want to bob for him, and there's little bubbles coming out of it because he's like floating. But we're gonna make it a little spookier. We're gonna put a little face on there. Imagine like just like it's holding its breath underwater. Imagine this apple just like underwater and just like, yeah, that's what this apple's doing right now. Just like little goofy, little Disney-esque, and then we have some little tears coming out because it's like, oh. But why is he drowning? Why is he underneath the water? Well, he didn't pay his debts to the mafia, so they attached him to a cement brick, so he'll never be able to float to the top and actually be bobbed for legitimately. And the gangster that he pissed off, it was Vinny. It was Vinny. Vinny set him up. And just to make this like extra spooky, just to make this a little extra spooky, we are going to put in another apple. And just to show that like really means business, this apple is not getting out of here without a fight. We're gonna have like a little bluey dead apple over here. Just dead apple sunk right to the bottom. Also attached to a cement block. I don't know if Vinny sent this one down. There's not a little love note because Vinny's a little extra, but yeah. All right, next one. We're gonna have a Subway sandwich. All right, little Subway sandwich. How can you make a Subway sandwich spooky? Personally, I really like Subway sandwiches. They're cheap. They fill me up. But it's really easy to make this spooky. This is kind of an easy one. Subway is a little bit spooky because let's not forget that Jared Fogle is a freaking monster. He's a freaking disgusting piece of human trash, and I never want anyone to forget it. So what I did was like I sort of bumped up his red skin, made his skin red because he's basically like, he can probably go to hell. So we're gonna blow up his face a little bit. Blow up his little face, just a little more. Come on, you can do it. All right, there we go. Just every time you eat a Subway sandwich, imagine that. So last but not least, we're gonna have something that's really been in the news lately. This Rick and Morty Mulan Szechuan teriyaki dipping sauce that people are saying the Rick and Morty fandom is toxic because of it. I don't think they're toxic. I think they're just kind of stupid. I love Rick and Morty, don't get me wrong. I was excited for the Szechuan dipping sauce, but it's just when I found out more information that Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon weren't even a part of it, and that McDonald's was just cashing in on the Rick and Morty craze. Like they really had no right to attach the Rick and Morty name other than the fact that it was their sauce in the first place. So just to emphasize that, I added a little Rick and Morty here to remind everyone that you can't No one would give two craps about this dipping sauce if it weren't for Rick and Morty. So that's why I have to like attach them to. I have to attach them to this dipping sauce. So how are we gonna make this spooky? We're gonna do some nihilistic Rick and Morty style spooks right now. So imagine that the Szechuan sauce and Rick and Morty exist in the universe, or the many multiverses as the show follows. So it's just floating through space, having some fun. Let's make it a little smaller, huh? You know, it's the universe. They keep on traveling around, and blah, 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 and then they get smaller and smaller, and then they disappear because nothing really matters. Nothing really matters in the big known universe. And for some people that's comforting. For other people like me, that's terrifying. That's scary. That's a very scary thought. So Rick and Morty and the Szechuan sauce disappears from the universe because they don't matter and nothing matters. And nothing that we do really ultimately matters in the grand scheme of the grand universe. Yeah. Alright, that was a bit of a weird one. That was a bit of a weird interpretation. But I hope now you've learned something. Did I learn something? No, I didn't learn anything. I learned that you can make any food spooky if you really put your heart and soul in it. Like say you're low on candy this year. Just take a food and make it spooky. Just anything is possible. Anything can be whatever it wants to be, and I wanted these foods to be spooky, and I made them spooky. Thanks so much for watching. You know, I spent so long making this video, and I thought it was gonna turn out really good, and now I'm realizing like this might be utter horse. Holy sh! You know what? Whatever. There's a new prompt this week or something. Hopefully I'll like do better next time. Thank you guys for watching. Go subscribe to my main channel and subscribe to the other people on this channel. Bye. I just realized the audio on this is gonna be absolute horse because I didn't plug in my microphone. I never plug in my microphone. You spent $30 on that microphone, Ariel. Use it! Okay.